Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome back to another Riynord reaction with listening to all Deltarune Chapter 3 to 4 OST be like. It took me a bit, but I finally have gotten around to, actually reacting to this. In fact, the day of recording this, I just released the first episode, so, yeah, sorry about people who waited. But yeah, I mean, again, back when I reacted to the first video, of course I'm listening to the music and just enjoying it, because again, Deltarune has very good music. But again, for the majority of the video, I'm more focused on the video that Riynord has put with the music itself, which again, is just funny. I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. I mean, as I said in the thumbnail and various other times, Toby Fox makes good music. I have literally nothing else to say on the topic, and chapters 3 and 4 had very good music. But thinking about it, I don't know whether it's purely just the fact that, the music is that much better than chapters 1 or 2, or if it's just the fact that we had such a long time before we got, new music in general that made chapters 3 and 4 feel so good. I'm still not really, I still haven't really figured out which it really is, but in the end, it really doesn't matter because, I want to watch this video, so let's actually get this thing started then. So, yeah, of course, as always, original video is linked in the description if you haven't seen it for some reason. Corner video will lead to my Let's Play of the day. And if you like this video or any other video that I make, I'd very much appreciate it if you gave the video a like and subscribe to my channel, because almost 3/4 of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and I'd very much like that to change, because my main goal for this year is to hopefully hit 10,000 subscribers. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get this thing started then, shall we? Oh yeah, crying over deaths. The main game theme from the trailer, yeah. God, again, that release date trailer, that is so good. Absolutely love it. God, that's exactly almost it. It was the whole thing where, man, I have to really wonder when Toby put that in, because, chapter 3 is front-loaded with a lot of information. And, I have to kind of wonder, was that stuff that Toby added in, later on when he saw, the theorizing community people, and, people asking, oh, what are Darkners? Could they, how would this work? How would that work? And stuff like that. Or was it, or was the stuff that we see in the beginning of Chapter 3 where Rousey basically exposition dumps about, what Darkners are and all that stuff? Was that purely the community kind of, getting too much into things because there was just such a big span of time between Chapters 3 and 2? Again, it's one of those things that I cannot wait for the game to be complete so Toby can release, an art book so we can learn some of those, the behind-the-scenes stories that happened during production.
The sensation of your screen, the show that makes you scream. Say it with it, folks.
Oh, don't do that.
Mr. Antenna's TV Show.
That is so dangerous. Plus, you have to have those, disposed of properly if you're going to throw them out, because, there's lead and other heavy elements in them. That's so bad for the environment. But just, music. The feature presentation. Again, I've said it before, but, I love everybody's reaction to this playing, and seeing Tenna be 3D, and when Tenna's sprite first appears, and also the fact that Tenna's sprite was similar to so many of the fan designs that people came up with before Chapter 3 came out. I love it how similar and yet different it was. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I looked at the soundtrack and I was looking through the list, I initially had a brain fart, and I thought this said, "And now for today's Spamtons," What is this from? Man, what is it? It looks like a weird, like, knockoff 3D version of Wallace and Gromit. It's weird looking. You know, I'm going to be honest. Never played any of the Papa's games. Honestly, I had never heard of them. I don't know if I just never showed... Well, I mean, like, when I was a kid, I never really spent that much time on Newgrounds. I was very much a kid that spent most of his time... Before I discovered YouTube, I spent most of my time on, like the TV channel websites, like on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, YTV, you know, that sort of stuff. So, like... I very rarely ever went to Newgrounds, and most of the Newgrounds stuff I saw in the early days was stuff that I saw people re-upload onto YouTube when it came up. And maybe it's one of those things. Maybe just like maybe I should go and like play these older games someday and just see what I missed out on as a child. Thinking about it, I remember, you know, again, like the card castle theme in chapter 1. I remember, you know, being told that that was the only theme or the only music at that point that was able to be replicated and played on an actual like NES sound chip. I wonder if that list has been updated since the release of chapters 3 and 4, because that sounded very much like something you could play on like an actual NES. Or maybe an SNES, who knows? I don't know. I don't know the specifics. Hey, Grandma. And other, you know, think about other Family Feud memes that I could think of.
Yes, sirree. Thought about killing myself.
Sit on it.
Name something you like your girlfriend to do to your face.
I'm gonna say sit on it.
Yes! Sit on it!
Oh, God. I swear, Family Feud can be so... It's one of those shows you watch and you look at the people and they be equally so funny while it's equally so infuriating when it's like, when you look at the answers that they got and you wonder, like, what kind of people did they ask? Gotta love Lancer. Oh, God. So beautiful, I love it. Though, you think, we have Rude Buster and Ruder Buster. Do you think at some point we're going to get a Rudest Buster? I mean, that kind of sounds stupid, but at the same time, I mean, that sounds very much up Toby's alley. You know, it's funny, like, I'm watching this, and again, this is as somebody who's never watched Squid Game and really has no interest in watching it, but it's funny, like, outside, if you didn't know that this was a death game and that the losers would literally die, you'd think that they were like, celebrating or something like that. Oh, yeah, of course. Again, it's one of those things, I honestly can't believe that a good portion of Chapter 3 was literally us playing a Legend of Zelda-inspired game within a game. It's honestly, like, the level, like, it's like Inception here. We're getting, like, games within games here, and I can't wait. It's like, if you went any longer, you'd get, like, a game within the Legend of Zelda game, but instead of it being 8-bit, it was, like, it'd be, like, one of those first, like, very early games where it's literally just a couple of white squares bouncing around on the screen. Yeah, again, one of the themes that we got a long time ago. You know, it's funny, in my head sometimes I get this mixed up with the, oh god, I'm forgetting the name now, but the music that plays when you're in Rules' shop in Chapter 1. I don't know why, they sound very similar. Oh god, Vapor Buster. God, only in anime would you have a viable attack being sticking your sword out like this and spinning around. I don't imagine, I don't picture this as paradise. This does not seem very paradise-like. Oh! I didn't notice, because, like, I was thinking, because, like, at scout camp, they have kayaks that you can go in, and when I was younger, I was just barely able to fit in them. Like, so much so that I'm almost like I'd almost be like submarining through the water with them. But that was the thing, like, because I'm so big, the only way I'd be able to actually get out of them was to flip over and kind of like slide out through the hole once it was upside down. I didn't notice, like, he was not in a kayak, he was in a canoe! South of the border? What was this from? I did not hear this! What part of the game is this from? Is it the border? Is this where you get, like, the special S from the one Pippins to let you into the green room if you didn't get a S rank? Here's up your bat, yeah. Oh, and of course you got, like, the main guy being blue as well, like Chris. Love it. Honestly, it's one of those things, like, I've heard a couple of versions of the song where people have actually, you know, sung the lyrics. And, I mean, at this point, it's quite obvious that this is a song that, you know, probably Des wrote at one point. But I have to wonder, because, like, how did Tena get... Oh, actually, wait, no. Yeah, Tena gave Rousey the lyrics, and then Rousey kind of rewrote them on the spot. But how did Tena get them? Because I can totally understand, you know, Des coming over with Noelle when they were little kids and hanging out. But I don't imagine Toriel being the type of parent that would allow them to practice music, especially in the living room. Jeez, this looks old. Where is this from? Oh, God, of course. Of course. Actually, wait a second. Is this the original version of this animation or the Safe for Work version? What are you pulling here, Nord? I think this is the clean version. God, baby, just any kind of baby animal is absolutely adorable. Especially, you have a little puppy in a sock. Oh, I mean, that's one of those things. I mean, especially with like with human babies, is you actually should like swaddle them pretty tightly, at least for like the first couple of months or so, because it's the whole, I forget what the response is called, but like they can startle themselves awake in their sleep with their own hands. So keeping them all like bound up nice and tight allows them to like feel safe, like they're in their room again, and allow them to have a better night's sleep. Actually, from what I've heard, I don't know if my dad didn't do it, but I've heard stories of people where they've done that and then they've duct taped the baby into the blanket. Oh. Big City Board, the one we didn't get. Of course! Baldi's Basics. Yeah, that definitely works out. Man, whatever happened to Baldi's Basics? I heard at one point, like, the guy did a Kickstarter and was like then going to like make a full-on like release version. And I think I heard like some updates about it, but I haven't heard anything about Baldi's Basics in a long time. Like, that was very much a flash in the pan sort of thing. Or Baldi's Basics, yeah, I mean, perfect, works. Oh, I thought it was going to be the other one where he starts dancing. Ah, God, that's emo Peter, best Peter. Yes! Perfect! God, you know, the one thing I like about this clip, and I haven't watched the original Spider-Man movies in a while, but like the fact, like, oh yeah, Peter's having this good day, he's dancing, you know, after he's gotten the symbiote and stuff like that. But everyone's kind of looking at him weird, and I love the fact that my headcanon for this has always been just because they're New Yorkers and they're not used to people actually looking happy with their life, and they're just used to people in New York just being perpetually depressed and angry. So seeing somebody actually enjoying life they find it very disturbing. TV time, yeah. God, you know the thing is, like, just this morning, yeah, I discovered somebody, I think it's like one channel that's done a lot of them, but they did a TV time like cover that was as if it had been put into like Super Smash Bros or something. Again, absolutely loved it. It was like, it was so good. Like, that's his thing. Again, going back to the whole thing that Toby does not make bad music. He has to work to make bad music, and then even then, like, people have to work really hard to make Toby's music sound bad. I'm sorry, what was that thing? What was that thing, and what was it snoring? Oh, it's like some sort of, like, bathroom. Because that, like, its nose is a faucet, and its eyebrows are, like, the handles. Like, oh, God, I swear, some of these small-town commercials are so weird. Oh God, not that guy again. Then arm sliced off. Oh God, you know, was it yesterday or the day before? Going around on Twitter, and I saw somebody post a clip of the sound that the knight makes. I can't remember whether it's like when you defeat it or when it first attacks or, you know, whatever. But it was the scream of the knight, and they actually slowed it down, and it sounds like the voice flips for a normal character when slowed down. I mean, if that's actually what Death sounds like, I mean, we got another piece of her if she actually is in many pieces like I theorized. God. Again, the Roaring Knight. I still can't get over, like, I mean, like, I'm not going to say, like, I envisioned it, but I had hoped that we were going to see them eventually, and so we actually knew who we were, like, up against. But, again, the fact that you actually fight against the knight in Chapter 3, and that they are classified as the quote-unquote secret boss of the chapter, like, just... It's honestly, like, it's insane. Like, I don't know a single person, I never heard a single opinion for anybody thinking that we would actually fight the Roaring Knight that early. Like, honestly, if you asked me a couple of months ago, I would have possibly said that at most we could see, you know, the Roaring Knight in the chapter, but they'd be, you know, corrupting whoever the secret boss was, and then we'd fight the secret boss, like, almost immediately after the Roaring Knight got to them or something like that. But never the knight themselves. Or herself, probably. Here we go, Chapter 4! Such a good scene in Home Alone. No, right, I forgot about that part of the clip, right. God, you know, that it's one of those things, like I've said before, you know, I do go to church, not that often, mind you, like but I do go occasionally, even if it's a very rare moment. It's one of those things that, like, I very much prefer, like, after having gone to, like, a couple of different, like, styles of mass, I very much prefer this style with, like, you know, the singing and the choir and stuff like that, with the choir and the singing and the organ. It feels more impactful to me, because I remember in high school, whenever we'd go to mass, because I went to a Catholic high school, we had, like, the very, I forget what the proper word for it would be, but, you know, the very, like, almost youth pastory sort of deal where, like, playing on guitar, the songs would be more, like, upbeat and modern, and I never liked going to mass at school. I mean, granted, it did get us out of class, which, I mean, that's always a bonus there. But I never got the same sense of like, calmness and just, not relaxation, but, like, just calm, yeah. Of just calm that I do as at normal mass. Another day in hometown, yep. Man, Riynord, I'm gonna guess that this video was a little easier to make than the previous one, given that a couple of your songs already had clips assigned to them from your last one. Really? Just the Friends intro, really? I mean, granted, it's not going to match up beat for beat. I mean, that'd be pretty cool if it did, but I mean... like, really? That's some low-hanging fruit there. Now this only makes me think of, I want to hear, like, a Deltarune's version of the Friends theme. Is that... Oh god, what, is that such a thing? Somebody has to have made that. Friend inside me, friends. Oh, are you killing me? Nobody's made, like, a Deltarune style... Actually, wait, what am I talking? Probably Friends theme song... 16-bit? Other Friends? That's Steven Universe! That's 8-bit. Okay, yeah, I could see it. Now we just need somebody to remake this with a couple of like Deltarune motifs in it. I don't know, maybe I don't know which motifs you'd put in there. I'd love to see it. Castle Funk, yeah. What's to say? God, I love this. I mean, Gravity Falls, just of course. But again, like the mech battle. God, you know, I said it as a joke before, but I really hope that we get sort of like in the final chapter, we get like a section of the game where we just go through all of the weird like sections just one last time as sort of like a victory lap. Like, oh, there's this, whoever the final boss is, there's like a section where like the fun gang fights them again with like a mech or something. Like, again, I joked before about like like there's a scene where you fight like a titan in like a giant mech or something like that. I mean, that could be fun. You know, honestly thinking about it, I'm surprised that, you know, again, you look at Noelle's house, and, like, it's all white. Like, completely white, apart from, like, you know, the red and green from the Christmas decorations. I'm very much surprised it wasn't designed to look more like a gingerbread house. If that's literally what the song is called. I mean, you just have, like, you have the walls brown, have, like, white on the edges for whatever icing. I mean, again, the holidays are obsessed with Christmas, and they're apparently rich. So, I mean, are you saying they wouldn't have the money to do something that stupid? Wait, really? This song is called just C? Carol's intro song is just called C? Really? Okay. Okay, I see you were still holding things close to your chest, like... You couldn't have called it She Enters or something like that? No, you had to be just... Okay. Actually, I'm wondering... I know, like, a lot of the sound and stuff like that can be altered by, like, you know, having it sped up or slow down. What does C sound like sped up? Now, I'm curious. What does that sound like? Oh god, the chapter 4 music just, oh, so good. Here we go, my favorite one, Dark Sanctuary. I mean, I've said it before, but like I love listening to a couple of times where like they have video game music and they, you know, have it played by like an actual like orchestra and stuff like that. That is one of those that I need to hear sung by an actual like orchestra with a choir. Like, that would just be beautiful. It was funny. Yeah, I never noticed how pirate-y themed that music actually sounded. I mean, I always just assumed, you know, it sounds a little old-timey, a little jolly, you know, because of Gerson. I never actually considered that it sounds pretty, like, nautical themed and, like, piratey as well. Oh, what game is this? Jackson. God, again, like, I spent a lot of time on Twitter yesterday, and I saw somebody post something where they were actually, like, retweeting one of their old posts talking about, like, oh, Toby Fox posted something new back in, like, what was it, 2023 or 2024? And it was literally this. Like, nobody realized it was a spoiler or, like, a hint towards what we'd see in Chapter 4. And the weird warbling of the bell is just so weird. No, not Bennett Foddy, no! I swear, the people that can do this, like, in one go, you're honestly insane, you people. Ugh. And honestly, like, for any of you for anybody out there wondering how you get the gold pot, you get it by completing the game many, many times, because every time you complete a run, your pot gets a little more gold. Like, it starts off black, and then it gets a little brighter and a little brighter. When you get to a solid gold pot like this, you've probably done the, like, Bennett Foddy, like, getting over with Bennett Foddy, like, several hundred times. Back to the Future. Chris, you're holding out on us. Yeah, here we hammer of justice. Also, Sinbad, also like another one of those, like, early 2000s, like, animated movies, very underrated. It's honestly, like, it's one of my, like, besides Treasure Planet, it's like my favorite animated movie from, like, 2D animated movie from that era. Honestly, it's beautiful. And it's just a lot of fun, too. Of course, you got the abandoned locations. Certainly works. God, you know, that just like with the abandoned locations, and like, it's funny, you know, because like I remember in my childhood neighborhood that like one of the places we usually go to was like there like next to the Loblaws we usually shop at, there was a Zellers. And when I was a kid, my mom basically bought all of my clothes from Zellers. If you don't know what Zellers is, it's an old out of business Canadian brand thing that was owned by Hudson's Bay Company before they also went out of business. Oh god. But yeah, it's weird because like what was it, last year we were going back down there because I still go see the same dentist in that area. That they are still, like, they do fantastic work, and so what if the drive's a little longer than normal? But, like, we drove by, and I knew, you know, that the Zellers would obviously be completely, you know, gone. But I was curious about what was there, and apparently now there's, like, some sort of weird community center where they were, like, where they'd show off, like, future, like, land developments or things. It's honestly, like, really weird. And apparently, from everything I've seen, it hasn't been open in a while on top of that, so I have no idea what they're doing with it. And the fact that it's slightly different because it was made by Susie. I swear. Again, I want to see if I can find, like, any, like, bingo cards or anything people made before Chapters 3 and 4 came out. Because I guarantee you that nobody on any of those bingo cards had oh, in chapter 4, we are going to be able to, we're going to have multiple dark fountains, with one of them being made by Susie. Honestly, now I'm actually wondering, because, like, Susie's Dark World was slightly different than the original Dark World, because, again, you know, she made it as opposed to either the Knight or Chris, we don't know who. But what would happen, like, if you were able to open the door and allow the two Dark Worlds to mix? Like, would that result in, like, you having both sets of, like, people, and, like, some people that are statues and some people that aren't because of, you know, the different, like, dark fountains and the different sources? Honestly, it's a really interesting thought. $13 a.m. You know, it just kind of goes to show, like, how, like, compressed in-game time can be, or, like, how different, because, like, thinking about it, or thinking about, like, how non-linear it can be compared to our time, like, because if you think back to Chapter 1, in, like, Chapter 1, Chris and Susie go into the Dark Fountain, like, basically, first thing in the day. I'll say, like, maybe half an hour after school starts or something like that. And then, like, they get out at the end of the school day, after everybody's already left. And yet, Chapter 1, you play in the span of, like, 2 hours, maybe about there? I don't know, it's been a while since I've played. And yet, here you go, in Chapter 4, where you have, again, one of the multiple dark fountains that you go into, and yet the entire thing, in that one section, not even the entire chapter, was a single hour. Like, again, just the weird compression and stretching of time really makes you think about how, like, our perspective as the player really is different from those in the game. Yeah, again, just how much more epic and energetic it sounds. Like, I would have to imagine that would be because, you know, the first one from the first Sanctuary, like the first Dark Fountain, was a lot smaller, so it's not as powerful or energetic. And then when you get to the third Sanctuary, it's the main Dark Fountain, so it has the most energy and stuff like that. But still really funny. Dark place, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's this cartoon again. Again, it's one of those things that apparently, you know, a lot of people actually did know it in my comments to the first video of this. But yeah, apparently it's like from a lot of Russian cartoons. Wait, is this from the Dark Cauldron? Or the Black Cauldron, I should say? God, you know, this is the whole thing. You know, the fact that, you know, when it before it's even, like, fully hatched, you know, the Titan is already creating spawn. And I have to wonder, like, does that mean eventually you get to the point where you don't even need to make, like, another Dark Fountain within a Dark Fountain to create more Titans? That eventually Titans could just be self-propagating because Titans apparently reproduce. Again, just, I mean, I've gone Narnia. Again, such a weird series with Lion Jesus, Yeah, and if you've never read any of the Narnia books, yeah, that's basically who Aslan is. He's basically confirmed to be Jesus. And actually, oh god, the way those books end. Actually, okay, so there's a clip from an internet viewer I watched called Dominic Noble, where he was reviewing the books, Narnia, the series, and apparently at the end of the series, the kids die and are just in Narnia as their afterlife. Shoot that hole! Again, I really have to wonder, there has to be some people out there that do this. But, like, how many people are out there that even before they played Deltarune, they looked at the soundtrack and tried to figure out what was going to happen by, like, the names of the songs and stuff like that? And again, with some of these, like, especially this, I really have to wonder, like, would anybody have ever figured out what was the plot of Chapter 4 by listening to the music? God, a place where it rained. As if there hadn't already been enough said about this and the fact that it's in the game. And sans Deltarune, isn't it? The old jitterbug. Yep. And the one scene that immediately made the entire community want to kill Sans. I swear again. I've said the credit music for these games are just absolutely wonderful. The legend and everything's backwards. God. God, where was this played? I don't remember coming across this. Was that... No, this wouldn't have been a Weird Root exclusive. What is this from? I don't remember this. Oh, here we go. Special bonus. Man. Oh, God, not the Mandela catalog stuff. No. Check. Wait, didn't we do Chapter 2 dog check already? God, I swear, when I first heard this, when I actually got into the chapter, into the S room on board 2, like, again, the fact that the Spampton motif, or whatever the name for that motif is called, is in there, like, that drove me up a wall. Sword. Again, question still stands. I wonder how many more songs were added to the list of could be played on, like, authentic hardware list now that chapters 3 and 4 are out. God, weird. really weird. I'm asking, what is this from, like, for the animation? I know Glacier. I think this is for the for like the maze where you get I think it's for when you're getting the Shadow Mantle. But what is this animation from? I think I've seen it before. I think it's from a game. I can't remember what it's called. Ugh. That's weird. FNAF, of course, FNAF. You know, this now we need an official Deltarune FNAF crossover. I have no idea how that would work, whether it'd be a FNAF game with, like, the Deltarune monsters and as animatronics, or you put, like, the animatronics as, like, monsters in, like, in Hometown or something, but I want to see it, preferably both. I still haven't tried this boss yet, and I do not like my chances of beating it. Oh, that's going to be hard. I think this is from the Mike section, chapter 4, isn't it? Yeah, here it is. I swear, I've seen this clip so many times. What is this guy on? Yeah, Chris, we get it. You hate us. We know. Your dog check? Yes, of course. Why do I see this being the theme for, like, an alternate version of Deltarune where it's like a slice of life, like, visual novel or something like that? Yeah, I can see why it went unused. It's good, but it's not, you know, the original. Ooh. Oh God, okay, that's weird. I'm gonna guess that's, ooh, God, and that's a much more ethereal and, like, serious sounding music. I don't like the sound of that. It doesn't match the tone of chapter 1 very much. Just Jack Black standing there. But God, you know, so again, all the things that have been cut, like, I wish, you know, we actually, again, the Thrash Machine, you know, the fact that you're given a rating and it means nothing. Ah, so annoying. Oh, geez, that little kid seems very intimidated. Oh, God. Man, that'd be weird. Like, I've watched, you know, My Dress Up Darling. I absolutely love it. They are, like, Gojo and Marin are just an absolutely adorable couple. But I cannot imagine Noelle having the personality of Marin. Like, that would be so weird. Also, I love, again, like, I've watched both the dub and the sub for this, and I love this one scene where she's looking for him, because, like, I forget who does her English voice, it's a VTuber, but she's, like, I just love how, like, near the end, she just sounds so exasperated, like, it's just so funny. You know, it's funny, this song, like, I could imagine this happening in Castletown, but, like, I could only imagine happening if, like, some big important character appeared in town. Like, can you imagine, like, an alternate version of King that was a lot more jolly? Like, this would be the music that, like, whenever he's in Castletown and he's walking on the screen, this would be the music that plays while he's walking. Like, yeah, I can definitely see why this one was rejected. Now I need to see Spampton actually dancing like that. Oh god, not the Spider-Man balloon. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I like the in-game version more than this one. Honestly, when I see people who do this sort of stuff, I don't know whether to feel respect or pity, because obviously they have very little, like, either not self-confidence or self-control, that they can just go out in public and do something like this. I honestly, like, I've bemoaned not, like, starting YouTube sooner or stuff like that, but, like, honestly, I never would have been able to do stuff like this. Like, honestly, just going back to my 5K subscriber special where I did that part where I'm running towards the camera. Realistically, the only reason I was even able to do that without feeling embarrassed because there was literally nobody there because it had just rained and the grass was really wet. Again, not a good day to run in Crocs. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see this. And again, Treasure Planet, my beloved. My favorite, one of my favorite non-train movies. RLS Legacy. God, can you imagine, instead of fighting Spampton Neo on, you know, like a roller coaster like you do in the game, you actually play him like on a flying rocket-propelled surfboard. God, that'd be a different game. Lovely. Love that. Yeah. I mean, what do I have to say? I mean, again, this video's like 23 minutes long, and my, you know, base recording is over an hour, so this is gonna be fun to edit down. But hopefully, like, you people enjoy it, because again, watching this video, and I wholly, you know, I very much imagine I'm eventually going to have, you know, when I upload this, I'm going to have, you know, copyright issues, because again, Deltarune's music is currently in, you know, so much trouble with that right now. again, like, just going through this, and again, like, most of the time I find myself more, you know, entertained by, like, the video meme clip or whatever that they've put next to the music. But, again, it just goes to show just how good the music is. Like, again, I talked about it before where I had this dream where like there was this anime where they had a bit playing, like where you had the characters playing a game and the music for the game was developed by like Toby Fox. And honestly, like, I'd want to see him like make music for other things as well. Like, it's honestly, again, I've said it before, he can't do wrong. His music is always great. But yeah, that's definitely going to be it for now. So yeah, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.